Today, our group is going to talk about the impact of artificial intelligence on our jobs. Our members are Wen An, me, Zheng Yan, and Terrence. So these are the contents in our presentation. We have introduction, literature review, problem statement, summary of research questions, objective and outcome, materials and methods, results, discussion, limitation and future study, and conclusion. Starting with the introduction. Technology plays an important role in the development of humankind. Nowadays, people have become more dependent towards technology, especially since the pandemic started, where people became more active online. We are slowly stepping into the fourth industrial revolution, which is a fusion of advances in numerous technologies, with artificial intelligence being one of them. AI is programmed to simulate human intelligence and is said to replace human resources in specific jobs in the near future. If that happens, many people will face unemployment. This is why we want to identify the jobs that will be replaced by AI so that people can acquire the skills that will prepare them for the future. So this is the literature review of our paper, which is branched out into 5 sections. The first one is what artificial intelligence cannot replace, which includes social intelligence, creativity, perception, and manipulation. It is difficult for AI to mimic them as they are quite unpredictable. The next point is artificial intelligence advancement, which means that what can AI help with? AI helps increase the efficiency and precision of problem solving and calculations within a shorter amount of time. AI can also help make predictions and decisions that benefit the user by analyzing the data given. Data storage is also helpful to improve AI's performance and effectiveness. Next is the flow of artificial intelligence. The flow from mechanical intelligence, which is the ability to perform routine tasks by itself, and flows to analytical intelligence, where it processes the information, achieves problem solving. It then flows to intuitive intelligence, which helps AI to be adaptable in different situations, and finally flows to empathic intelligence, where it has the ability to recognize and comprehend emotions and respond accordingly. The fourth section is the job sectors that can benefit from AI, which include education, healthcare, law, travel, hospitality, creative arts and design, and construction and engineering. The last section is where we retrieve the data sets to complete our research. So this is our problem statement. AI will probably replace human resources in the near future. It is only a matter of time until AI is implemented in industries, taking over some job sectors. This will cause the unemployment rate to rise significantly and present limited job opportunities. I'll pass it on to the next speaker. Thank you.
So I'm going to talk about the summary research question, objective and outcome. The first question that we have for our research is which sector will lose the most number of jobs? So the objective of this question is to find the sector that will lose the most number of jobs, and we will use a pie chart to confirm our finding. The second question that we have is which sector will most likely be completely machine-based? And in this question, we want to find out which sector will have the highest possibility to be completely taken over by AI. And we will use a frequency distribution table to find this answer. For our final question, which sector will have the most job opportunities in the future? We want to find the sector that will provide the most job in the future, and the outcome will be shown in a stack bar chart. Next, we have material and methods. We have gathered our data from a previous research called The Future of Employment. We have gathered two of the variables that will be needed in our research, which are the number of employed and the probability of the job being computerized. We pick out at least 10 jobs for each of the sectors, which are education, healthcare, creative art and design, law, hospitality, travel, and construction. So the mode, which in this case is the sector with the highest number of employment, is hospitality. The mean average employment of all the sector range the difference between highest and lowest employment, and standard deviation express how much the number differ from the mean value. So there are three methods that will be used by us. For the descriptive statistic, we will be using frequency distribution table to identify what state most of the occupation are in. Then for inferential statistics, we will be using pie chart and stack bar chart. Firstly, for the pie chart, we will find the number of people that will be unemployed from each sector and put into a pie chart. And from this, we will be able to identify which sector of jobs has the most unemployment. Then for stack bar chart, we will sum up the total number of employees in a sector and the total number of employees that will lose their job in that sector. Then there will be two stacks in the stack bar chart. The first stack will indicate the number of employees that will lose their job, and the second stack is the employee that will remain in their job in the sector. In this chart, we will be able to find out the average probability of all the jobs in the sector of whether it will be computerized or not. The bar that has the lowest proportion of employees losing their job will be the job that will provide the most opportunity in the future. Then next we have comparison. So for the similar study that we found, the researchers are trying to find a relationship between probability of the job being computerized and wages. There are also another study where the researchers are trying to find a relation between probability of being computerized and the level of study. However, this study does not allow us to pinpoint which sector of job is affected mostly by it. We also try to use multiple linear regression to find relationship between probability of being computerized and number of employment. Unfortunately, we found that there are little to no correlation between these two variables. The other method we have tried is stack bar chart. This bar chart is not a proportion stack bar chart like we use. The y-axis will be the number of employee and the x-axis will be each of the sector. The first stack of the bar will be the number of people that will be unemployed from that sector of job, and the second stack will be the number of people that will remain in the job. We tried to use this to show the most number of employment and unemployment in each sector. However, we found that a pie chart is more effective in showing this data. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, now I'll talk about the result. First is the frequency distribution table. This table shows the jobs that the probability of the jobs that will be computerized. First, we can see that 34 jobs is having the lowest probability, which is 0 to 20%. This means that these 34 jobs is having the lowest probability of being computerized in the future. And then we can see that there are 19 jobs that is having the highest probability, which is 81 to 100% of being computerized. So based on the table, we can know that most of the job will still remain in the future. Next one is the pie chart. This pie chart shows the percentage of employee in each sector based on the total unemployment. we can see that the hospitality sector is having the highest percentage in the total unemployment, which is 53.5%. And then it is following by the travel sector and construction sector, which is 18.4% and 11.7%. And then others are under 10% in the total unemployment. Then the creative art and design is having the least amount of people in the total unemployment, which is only 0.2%. Next one is the stack bar chart. This bar chart shows the percentage of employed and unemployed based on the total employee in each sector. At first, we can see hospitality is having the highest percentage. This means that most of the people working in hospitality will face unemployment in the future. And the least is the creative art and design sector. This means that most of the people working in creative art and design sector now will most probably remain their jobs in the future because it is very hard to be replaced. And then the construction, law and travel sector is over 50% of the unemployed. This means that over half of the people working in these three sectors will become unemployed in the future. That's all from the result. I will pass to the next person. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wen An. Let us continue in discussion, limitation, and future study for our research. Based on the result, we can understand that 4 out of 7 of the sectors of jobs will be substituted by AI. Like art and design, education or healthcare are not likely to be replaced where it needs human experience and creativity. Compared to result by the article The Future of Employment, How Susceptible Are Jobs to Computerization by Carl Benedict Frey and Michael A. Osborne in September 17, 2013, our research is easier to understand and categorized data can be found. The article includes hard understandable polygon graph and an appendix to display the data with probability. They do not have the description like ours, and with polygon graph only seems not effective for the research. For the third one, however, in the research we have a limitation because lacking in raw data and information are outdated. It is not accurate for present-day research, but at least the most recent collectible ones are in 2017. Given the data, we do not achieve having all the jobs in the present day. Although lacking present data is an unpleasant weakness, the result is based on the major jobs and categorized to sector for better view and understandable. People can easily understand which category have the probability to be substituted by AI. Now, for the last one, we will be the suggestions for the future studies in our topics. We suggest that research the skill set for each sector as priority. We can have more understandable information towards the job's requirement and overseen which skill set actually is important. So, in conclude, AI have potential to bring mankind a step closer into a future filled with technological advancement, and we must not overlook the impact it bring to us. AI has the capability of learning the skills and knowledge that is required to complete a task without the help of people, making us obsolete. Therefore, in the future, the occupation of job will even lose their value. The reason the paper is written to find out which job will be replaced by AI is to find the ways around it, thus making the application of AI more intact and allowing more people to work with it. Results given out that the hospitality sectors took a 53.5% in total unemployment and become the highest above all the sectors. Once AI technology rises, the hospitality sectors will receive the most adjustment as compared to the other job sectors. pros of AI outweigh the cons in many ways, and we must not neglect them as like we do in the past few years. AI might be tedious, but it provides much needed convenience, versatility, as well as enhanced efficiency if people can put its strength to good use. That's all from our group. Thank you.